Could it be time to get back into Star Wars? Now, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm old enough to have seen Empire Strikes Back. I went to the theater to see it, not the original Episode 4, A New Hope, but I did see that one as well. So right around, 8, 9, 10, 11, I was into Star Wars, collected everything. I had books, I had comics, I had action figures, I had the Death Star playset, I had everything you can possibly imagine. Star Wars, and then the prequel trilogy was announced, and I was excited. Now looking back, I wish we had the prequels again after what Disney did with episodes 7, 8, and 9. 7 was kind of okay. The Last Jedi was like getting punched in the face with a cannonball. And then I just had to see Rise of Skywalker because you've got to finish it. And I just felt like Disney and Star Wars just weren't for me anymore. I'm that old school Star Wars fan, and I wanted to feel like that world was still the same. There weren't these real world issues being pushed into Star Wars world because it's a fantasy world. We're past all the nonsense, and it's just about really cool Jedi and bounty hunters and bad Sith and just magic and just, crazy stuff. That's what I wanted to see. But I've been hearing lately about The Mandalorian. Now, I don't have Disney Plus. I gave up on Star Wars, but I have been keeping up on things that have been going on. I've looked on YouTube at a few things. I haven't ruined anything, and people are talking The Mandalorian. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau seem to be the guys that are bringing Star Wars back to what it is, what it should be. And I'm thinking about dipping that toe back in the Star Wars bath water. Let me know if I should. Thinking about subscribing to Disney Plus. I hate subscription services, but I'll tell you, the Clone Wars were phenomenal. The Clone Wars really pulled me back into Star Wars. Absolutely loved everything about the Clone Wars. I have not seen the last season when they saved the Clone Wars for one more season. Haven't seen that. I haven't seen much of anything in terms of The Mandalorian, but I have seen Ahsoka Tano. I have seen, of course, Baby Grogu. But, I feel like maybe it's time to give Star Wars another shot. I'm hearing good and bad things about Book of Boba Fett. I haven't ruined anything there either. I don't know how he got out of the Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi. I know that they answered that I think in the first episode of Book of Boba Fett, if I'm hearing correctly. But as far as the two series are concerned, Mandalorian is the one that I think most people I'm hearing are universally praising. Book of Boba Fett is 50-50. It sort of starts out okay from what I'm hearing, and then it turns into this weird sort of, Boba Fett isn't even Boba Fett anymore. He's just this weird political guy who all of a sudden isn't a badass anymore. He just wants to be a good guy. I don't know. Maybe it's time to get back into Star Wars. So I'm thinking about getting Disney Plus. I'm thinking about starting with the first episode of Mandalorian and then going from there and talking about each episode as I watch them, giving the perspective of somebody who's an old school Star Wars fan. I know all the lore. I know all the characters. I love the world. I love the characters. And I just don't like real world nonsense being pushed into pretty much anything. And it's happening, it's like common now for everything to be just sort of warped into something that it just doesn't make sense. And it happened with Star Wars. Again, I'm telling you, sitting in the theater watching The Last Jedi and looking at Luke Skywalker and saying, this is the guy who saved the dude who killed younglings, right? He didn't give up on that guy, but his nephew had a bad dream and he's thinking about murdering him. Like, come on, guys. Come on with this lazy writing and then these characters that are just super strong just because. It just makes no sense to me. It felt bad. I didn't like what they did to Luke. I was gutted in the theater when Luke died. Or, it just didn't make sense to me. It was almost like somebody went back and took that 8-year-old kid and hit him in the face with a 2x4. It just did not feel good. But maybe it's time to get back into Star Wars. Let me know what you think. Let me know. Should I get Disney Plus? Should I start with The Mandalorian Season 1? Should I start with Book of Boba Fett Season 1? I'm thinking about it. I'm feeling that itch. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.